Hello guys, it's March 25, 2021, and you're watching me, Nikki, also known as Faces Trader, here on the Philippine Market Update for the Awesome10X. Let's begin. Okay, so the Philippine markets were actually up 1.29%. You're seeing some people bargain hunting in the markets, up 84 points. Let's see whether how high the markets can go. So let's take a look at your index movers. Okay, so your index is 5.78 billion, showing you that the bargain hunters are very few compared to the volumes in the past, which suggests that this rally could be short-lived. Foreign net selling is negative 783 million. Although there's a lot of gainers, take note that these could be sell on rally patterns rather than buying on huge bargain hunting reasons. So let's take a look at the movers for the day. Your GG Summit is now trading at 61.8. Ayala Corporation is now trading at 760. Your SM is 984. Your SM Prime is 36. URC is 132. Ayala Land is 3505. GT Capital is 521. DMC is 532. AGI is 10.58. Mega World is 345. Jollibee is 178.2. Pure Gold is 41. Metro Bank is 46.75. Security Bank is 121, Robinson's Land is 18, San Miguel Corporation, is about 121. Security Bank is 121, San Miguel Corporation is 121, FGEM is 30, Bloomberry is 7, Luciatan Group is 1374, AEV is 3505, Aboitiz Power is 2365, BDO is 105, Emperador is 10, ICT is 126.5, MPI is 373, PLDT is 1250, RHI is back to at 5745, Globe 1900, Meralco 275, BPI is 84. So although there's a slew of buyers on GG Summit, you could see that the market is still apprehensive of this rally. Let's take a look at your stats for the day. Top gainers, let's take a look at the top traded names. Your BSC is up a whopping 24% from 73 cents. It's now 91 cents. You could see that there are some people who are still thinking about the restructuring play of BSC on the renewable energy side. It's up 25% after hitting 73 cents. Your Dito Telecom is also up from about 9.8 to 1036, perhaps as a catch-up with the other telecom providers for their necessary infrastructure for their 5G future. Your DDMP REITs are down just slightly to 224, just like all bonds would behave. Your FI is up 10%, now trading at 223. So you're seeing some people picking up those speculative names yet again. So your BSE, your FA, your Davin also catching a bid, 297 to 298. Your ABA, 110 to 121. So a few buyers on your EPL from about 19 cents to 20 cents. Pure Gold, 41. Sure, it can go right up to 42 to 44, but there might be some resistances as well. What's very clear is that some people are willing to just buy the range for Pure Gold, that about 35 to 36, there's real buyers, and we don't know if there's going to be a huge selling pressure as 45 or 50 will be a terrible resistance to meet, even if Pure Gold has good earnings. Your SM 984 still got resistance at 1,000 to 11. Your SM Prime still has resistance at 40. So the market is still in a zone where you know that there's an upside only of about 7,000 in your index, and perhaps a potential downside at about 6.3 or 6.2 as surging escalation cases will continue to hound the Philippine markets on how we could effectively reopen. So in the short term, with a lot of people still hounded with the potential lockdowns, I think that the market is showing just really an environment of choppiness. You've got buyers on the way down, but you've also got sellers on the way up. And today, up 1%, I would assure you that there will be some sellers on this move. So some people who took a position in Pure Gold, perhaps 37, 38, would have sold perhaps here at 41, even if it could rise about 42 to 44. In fact, even as the rise of your Jollibee at 180 today, I'd say that some people might actually took some shelter in cash. I'd say that the sellers of URC are also possible because despite the fact that your URC is a consumer staple, some people would argue that they'd rather have some cash on the side in this rally. So we still don't see enough volume in the market, suggesting to us that the market is actually in a cautious mode. Let's take a look at your top gainers. Okay, top gainers other than BSC, you've got Semirara up 11% from 12 to 13.32. We'll see whether there's news on Semirara. Your ABA and FA went up. So we could see that the market's strongest movers are still in the speculative side. So that tells you how little market value traded is actually being done in companies that are in the index. It just tells you how little volume the Philippine markets continue to be. And it is a very bearish sign when the market volumes are actually just trading at 5 to 6 billion pesos a piece. Now let's take a look at the worst losers. You've got a strong selling pressure on Meralco at 275 today. So you're seeing a very clear resistance right now, 280 to 300 for your Meralco. Some people, despite the cash dividends being given on Meralco, is still willing to sell 280 above, suggesting that maybe a support is residing still at about 250 or 260, a little bit lower. So yeah, there's no volume to be said in the market. So you could also argue that the Philippine market is nowhere in a zone where there's active buyers. So when there's no volume, the bullish signs are actually not to be trusted. So let's take a look at the names that went up, however, in the Philippine market. So let's take a look at that. Let's go to your news as well. So the top traded names are your Semirara, declaration of cash dividends, and then a material information on BSC. So let's read up on this. So your Semirara cash dividends paid 1 peso 25 cents, which suggests why it went up 1 peso in the first place. Record date is April 13, payment date is April 23. However, it should be noted that Semirara is actually a company that is still in a massive downtrend. So although there is a huge dividend yield out there, I'd argue that just like the Metrobank cash dividends given at about where Metrobank rose as high as 51, these are actually more of an opportunity to sell rather than to buy. So if there are people buying it up because of the cash dividends of 1 peso 25 cents, seeing that move today of 10% is actually more of an understanding that if you have Semirara, these are more opportunities to sell even if you don't take the cash dividends. So these are all selling opportunities to as high as 14 and 15. So that is one news for you to understand. Very strong downtrend caused by the shift of the world from coal energy to actually renewable energy. Now, as of renewable energy, you could see that BSC today went up 24% here after being oversold for a long time, a double bottom here at about 70 cents. You are seeing that the market went up with volume today relatively in an oversold manner after a material information's disclosure. So let's read that material information disclosure on your BSC. The said news is saying that they signed a Department of Energy contract of over 4,860 square meters of land in Mabini Peninsula. And this is going to be an extended 5 years pre-development stage and a 25-year development stage, which is extendable for another 25 years. The project might have a capacity of 50 megawatts, and they're going to start operations only by 2027, 5 years from the date of rewarding of the WESC, the Wind Energy Service Contract. So the market might be bullish on the renewable front of BSC. However, as you read, it's a 7-year or a 5-year projection, which means that any potential revenues of BSC is not likely to happen within a 6 months or a 12 months time frame. So with a 5-year, 7-year horizon, please understand that BSC is a very strict trading range. You've got some supports here at about 70 cents, but you have a strong selling pressure, perhaps even here at 1 peso, or even here, no? So you are seeing that there's a resistance here at about 1 peso, 1.2, and 1.3. So although there is some supporters, perhaps here at about 75 or 80 cents as well, do understand that it's a collision march, a collision between bulls and bears. So it's not like a bullish takeoff without any resistances for the name. Okay, so let's take a look at any question. There's no questions today, so I think we can wrap it up and proceed to our global market updates. Thank you very much for following the show. Awesome 10X Philippine Market Update signing out. Bye-bye.